99% of subscription brands are completely blind to this simple math that dictates their growth. And this is exactly why your subscription growth is flatlining. It's why your ads feel like they're not working, why your subscriber count stays the same no matter how much money you spend, and why you feel like you hit an invisible wall. So in this video, I'm going to reveal this hidden mathematical factor and show you exactly how it's keeping your brand right now. Also, I will give you the only 3 levers you can pull to smash right to that ceiling and unlock your next level of growth. But first, let me ask you one question. How many new subscribers did you gain last month? And how many did you lose actually? If you are like most founders, you're focused on that new subscriber number and you are justifying the lost subscriber number as just the cost of doing business. And probably you think it's okay to have a high churn rate. You think it's normal. Well, it's not okay. You need to stop what you're doing right now because this leaky bucket is silently draining your business and it's making it impossible to scale your brand. Let me picture what your life probably looks like right now. You wake up every morning and check your analytics, praying to see that new subscriber graph go up and to the right. Your team probably spends weeks planning a new ads campaign, hiring new creators, and you launch it. And for the first weeks, it feels great. You see new subscribers coming in. But then you check your net growth at the end of the month and it's barely moved. But the worst thing is that you don't know why your net growth is stagnating. So you and your team spend your evenings researching new ad strategies, new hooks, new creatives, anything to avoid facing the brutal truth that your retention simply does not work. The problem isn't just your acquisition. The problem isn't your ad creative, and the problem certainly isn't your work ethic. The problem is math. It's simple, predictable math that's stopping you from growing your subscriber base. And this exact thing stops growth for other hundreds of subscription brands. And even successful ones because they just can't see it coming. I'll show you exactly how this hidden math works and why it's stopping you from growing your brand, and I will give you the 3 levers you can actually pull to solve it. So what's this invisible force capping your growth? Well, let's keep the theory and let's take a look at a real number. So let's say there's a brand running a coffee subscription. And just for the example, let's say they're bringing in 100 new subscribers a month. But like every subscription business, you lose subscribers, of course, and that's churn. So let's say their monthly churn is about 10%. Now, let's say they have maybe 500 subscribers. And if they are losing 10%, that is just 50 people, right? So they gained 100, they lost 50, so they are still netting 50 new subscribers a month. And for them, the growth feels good. But watch what happens as they get bigger. At 800 subscribers, they lose 80. At 900 subscribers, they lose 90. And right when they hit 1,000 subscribers, that 10% churn means that they lose 100 subscribers every month, which means that you gain 100, you lose 100, gain 100, you lose 100. It's like playing Tommy and Jerry. And that right there is called growth ceiling. So the growth ceiling is that math that's stopping your growth. It's the highest number of active subscribers your current acquisition and churn math can possibly support. And in this example, that's 1,000 subscribers. No matter how much more traffic they get, if they only get 100 new subscribers from that traffic and they have a 10% of churn rate, 1,000 subscribers is the maximum number of subscribers they can have. As you can see, it's just brutal math that's holding you and other brands back. You would probably want to calculate this for your own brand because if your growth is feeling slow the last couple of months or maybe the whole last year, you might be right up against it. And if you want to figure out yours, here's the formula. It's simple. You divide your average monthly new subscribers by your monthly churn rate. In this example, it was 100 new subscribers divided by 10%. It means that they have a growth ceiling of 1,000 subscribers. And now you can easily figure an MRR ceiling also by multiplying your subscriber ceiling with average revenue per user or average revenue per subscription, however you want to call it. So as you can see, this is not complicated, but this is just the math that no one cares about. Every brand should care about this math, about this growth ceiling. And let me tell you why. Because this growth ceiling formula gives you the only three levers that you can pull to grow your subscriber base. And this math shows it. These are three levers. You can get more subscribers. Lever two is you can lower your churn rate. Or third one is you make more per subscriber. So let me show you exactly how these work. Right here, I have a subscription analysis calculator, and we are going to compare scenario A with scenario B. So for the inputs, we have current starting subscribers, monthly subscribers acquired, so how many new subscribers you are adding every month, your monthly churn rate, and average revenue per user. Okay, and let's say for the scenario A, let's just start with 4,000 subscribers for each scenario, and let's say that they gain around 600, maybe 700 subscribers every month, also each. And let's just turn this into 15% churn and this one into 12. And for the simplicity, we are just going with $100 of average revenue per user. Now, as you can see, they have the exact same inputs, but they have different monthly churn rate. This is 15%, this is 12. For the scenario A and scenario B, their current MRR is at $400,000. As you can see, customer LTV is different because here we have a lower churn rate. So in this case, $833 on average revenue of 100. That would mean that the customers stay with them for about 8.5 months, and here is 6.5 months. Now, here we have a graph that tells us about subscriber growth. Now, the black one is the scenario A and green one is scenario B. I don't know why here says scenario B on the graph, but down here you can see it says scenario B is the green one, scenario A is the black one, and also for the MRR, the scenario A is blue. Here again it says scenario B, but as you can see, blue is the scenario A and the orange is scenario B. But let's take a look at subscriber growth. As you can see, we have that scenario A graph is just flat lining, and this is probably what is happening to you if you are not seeing a growth. And to see exactly what is happening right here, let's go back to the formula. We have a 700 monthly subscribers with 15% of churn rate. That means that 700 divided by 15% is 4,666 subscribers. As we can see, that's true because here we have a growth ceiling of 4,667 subscribers. And we are at 4,000. So that means that this brand can add only 667 subscribers. But as we can see, that growth is slow. And the MRR growth ceiling is at $466,000. While in the scenario B, we can see that that growth ceiling is around 5,800 subscribers and MRR growth ceiling is at $583,000. The 12-month revenue comparison is almost $600,000, which is good but not great. Now watch what happens if you want to, let's say you want to grow your brand from 4,000 to, let's say, 8,000 subscribers in the next year. So you want to double. Let's take a look what would happen if we have the same monthly churn rate, so 15%, and we spent more on ads and added 1,000 new subscribers every month. You see, now your growth ceiling is 6,667 subscribers. So we are not at the 8K. Let's say that we add 1,200. Now we are getting close to that 8K. But what does this mean even? So that means that you need to add a 500 subscribers more each month, and that would, I assume, cost you a lot of money spending on ads to acquire it with the same amount of monthly churn and average revenue. But let's go back to the first scenario. So with the 12% of churn rate, we have 5,800, and let's say that you now wanted to get to that 8,000. If you add a 300 more, now you are over the 8,000 growth ceiling mark. So that means that maybe if we add 250, yeah. So that would mean that you need to add around 950 new monthly subscribers with 12% of churn rate to get that 8,000 subscribers. But let's see what will happen if the monthly subscribers stay the same, your churn rate is 12%, and your average revenue per user is $110. Your customer LTV is now $917, and your 12-month revenue comparison has $1.1 million in difference. As you can see, the subscriber growth is better, but what is much more better is your MRR growth ceiling, because we did not just lower the monthly churn rate, but we increased the average revenue per user, which gave us this money then we can use to acquire more subscribers. And now, if you want to grow to that 8,000 subscribers, you can acquire 1,000 subscribers more with this money, and you are going to hit that growth ceiling. So this is just the example, the numbers are made up, but this is how you think about this growth, about LTV, and about your monthly churn rate, average revenue, etc. The thing that you need to focus on is getting your customer LTV higher, which means that you need to lower your churn and increase your average revenue per user. And here's the key thing that most brands completely miss. Everyone defaults to the lever one: get more subscribers, because it feels like a logical solution, like it's the only way. But chasing acquisition gets way more expensive and harder as you grow. Ad costs go up, your competition gets fierce. So focusing on levers 2 and 3, so cutting churn and boosting average order value or average revenue per subscription, is about getting more value from the customers you already fought to get. And this is usually way more profitable and more sustainable and easier way. If you nail these two levers, your growth ceiling will explode, because your profit margins will thank you. You're going to have enough cash then to invest into ads and to boost that subscriber acquisition. So think less about just getting them in the door and more about keeping your customers happy in the house and making that house generate more value for you. So what's the big takeaway? Your subscription business has a growth ceiling, and it's pure math based on how many you gain versus how many you lose. And if you ignore it, you will hit that wall. But if you understand it and you calculate it, you're back in control. Now you know that there are only three levers you have. And while everyone else is burning money on acquisition, the smartest and most profitable move is to master reducing churn and increasing lifetime value. You can't fix churn if you don't really know why people are leaving. Why are your subscribers canceling? So maybe your exit survey says that it's too expensive, but is that the whole story? Maybe they are getting too much product piled up. Maybe their credit card is failing, or they don't understand how to use your product to get the value they expected. Throwing random tactics won't work. You need a diagnosis first. If you want to figure out those real reasons why your subscribers are canceling, that's exactly what I cover in this video. It's going to be somewhere here. And I cover step by step how to do it. And I hope to see you there.